Hi, I'm Buffy.
I'm Mackenzie.
We are two girls, one castle.
And today we will be talking about how to book a Disney trip. Because there is a lot to booking an actual trip. Like a lot of things you have to do, a lot of planning. So we're just going to go through step by step on what to do. So the first step is you kind of need to decide when you want to go and for how long you want to go.
And it's very imperative. My best advice is to really check out the low crowd times.
Yeah.
But even then, that's not so much anymore.
No, not so much.
It used to really be applicable, like fall and late winter were usually a good time, early right before Christmas. But now, not so much. They offer so many deals, and with them opening and expanding the parks. So really just find a time. My best bet would be to tell you avoid spring break.
Spring break's awful. Yeah, spring break and Christmas are probably the two biggest.
The worst. The week of Christmas.
Yeah. So, yeah, just kind of figure out how long you want to go and when you want to go. Those are the first things you need to do.
Right. That depends on your pricing, too.
Well, yeah, the second thing is budget. How much do you want to spend on this trip? Because you could spend as little as you want, as much as,
right.
It's a big span on how much you can spend.
And there's so many different packages, and depending on where you stay and when you stay.
Yeah. So, just kind of like think about your budget and how much you're willing.
Do your homework.
And then so when you do your budget, you can pick which type of resort you want to stay. You can stay off-site. You can stay off-site. We don't recommend that. You get a lot of perks staying on-site, but you can stay off-site. So, this video will be more about how to book a trip on-site.
On-site.
That's what we do.
Right.
So you can pick between a value, a moderate, and a deluxe. They all have different qualities about them. The values are motel style.
They are.
They have what I consider cheesy theming.
They do.
But I'm not knocking them because I stay at them.
No.
So this is not a knock to them at all. Their theming's a little bit cheesy.
Right. They have good little food courts though.
Yes. They offer 2 double beds. Usually 2 double beds.
2 double beds.
Or a king bed.
Right.
The layouts are massive. Like, the resorts are huge.
This is where you want to avoid, too. If you're going to be going, you need to watch out because you're going to have this is where a lot of, like, the schools, the band competitions, the cheerleaders, they always carry on about cheerleaders and, like, the Pee-wee's football sports. So just be very mindful that if you do go there and if you do pick that, you're probably going to be dealing with a lot of families.
It's loud.
It's loud. There's a lot of families. The pools are going to be cluttered. Because it is a value resort. So
it's more affordable to a lot of them.
It's more affordable, especially if you do have a bigger group going or a family. So keep that in mind too.
And then there's no table service at these places.
There's a quick service, and they're nice.
Yeah, they're fine. The only transportation to the parks is by bus, except currently they're building the gondola service at Art of Animation. But I'm gonna say I don't necessarily consider Art of Animation a value because the pricing is very high on them. They can call it a value all they want.
No, but you're right.
There's family suites there. They're up to like $300 some a night. Even the Little Mermaid rooms, they're like $165 a night. I don't consider that a value.
It's not.
But Disney considers that a value resort. So just kind of keep in mind of that your only transportation will be by bus. All right. And then the next type is a moderate resort, which is it's still motel style, but the theming is a lot nicer. It looks nice. It just looks nicer.
It does.
The pools.
The pools. You get more pools there.
They're more themed. I think they're better themed.
They're better themed.
Yeah.
You get, I think, with your H2O products, which we need to do a whole thing on that. You get better H2O products than you do if you stay at a value.
You do. They offer a quick service and a table restaurant, except for French Quarter. Port Orleans French Quarter does not offer table service, but it's connected to Riverside. They have one. You could just walk over to that. Currently, 2 of the moderates are under heavy construction.
I stayed in one.
Yeah, Caribbean Beach. She stayed there.
Beach. And honestly, we didn't realize when we booked it because it was a gift to me from my husband. So he went through a travel agency who failed to tell him or to do her homework and realized that it was. And by the time that we did it, it was just too late.
Yeah.
But I will say, I got a $450 gift card for my inconvenience. And to be honest with you, my whole thing was, we're at Disney. I'm not resort vacationing. If this was going to be where I'm going to be at a beach or I'm in a secluded area and I'm going to be spending majority of my time there, I would have changed it. I would not have been happy. But to be honest, the construction was away from me, We didn't, I mean, you could see it when you would go by. You could see where they were redoing things. The biggest inconvenience, I will say, is just the fact of the dining options. Like, they had this huge tent that you could go in. Like, I felt like I was staying in Beirut. But we didn't eat there anyways. I mean, we'd hit the park and we would eat there. Yeah. And we actually, like, when we got hungry at night, we just order a pizza from, like, Pizza Hut, which delivers, so.
The moderates also have 2 queen beds versus the double beds. Mm-hmm. They have coffee makers in the room. I'm pretty sure the values don't. Our Nation might, like I said, because it's a little more pricey. I'm pretty sure the values don't. And then they also have double sinks.
Yes, they do.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
And then the next would be the deluxes. These are your traditional hotel-style resorts. The theming of these resorts, amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I mean,
they're beautiful.
They really are. They're really well done. And they're closer to the parks. There's Magic Kingdom. All the Magic Kingdom resorts are deluxes.
Yes.
There's the monorail ones, and then there's the Wilderness Lodge. But then there's also deluxes over by Epcot. Mm-hmm. And those are usually, like, you can walk to Epcot. You can walk to the International Gateway. And then the Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is obviously beautiful. So that's why it's a deluxe. They offer 2 queen beds or a king bed. Mm-hmm. I know the Wilderness Lodge has bunk beds as well.
They do.
So they do. They have balconies. I'm pretty sure all of them do. I could be wrong on that. But pretty much all of them have balconies, which is really nice. They have double sinks. Mm-hmm. The showers are actually nice tiled showers. They offer signature restaurants, a table service, and a quick service.
Right.
That's the nice thing. So you have 3 choices. The signature restaurants are obviously expensive. They do have that option.
Even if you decide that, like, I know a lot of people will go and eat at one of these. So, and you can resort hop too, where you just go around and look and take advantage of that, especially if you're going during the holiday time, because they decorate. And it's really neat. And it just gives you an idea and a view of something that you can come back to or maybe try again.
Resort hopping, the monorail resorts, is so easy too, because you can be Magic Kingdom,
oh yeah, absolutely,
hop on the monorail and just go to each of those. Also with the deluxes, you have to take into account they're very expensive.
They are.
They're extremely expensive. So you have to kind of outweigh, like, the pros and cons. If you're going to use the amenities, I think it was nice. But, like, I mean, we did it on our honeymoon. I don't know if I'd do a deluxe again, unless I was going for something special, just because it is so expensive. And I'm not in the resort.
Right.
I don't use the amenities. I mean, we did use the pool, like, maybe once or twice, but not enough to...
Not enough to make it worth it.
Yeah, I mean, we just don't. So, I know when we go to May, we're doing a value. We're doing the All-Stars. We don't care.
We don't care. We're going to be in the parks. We're just going there to crash and shower.
I mean, because we both have trips planned with our families for later in the year. So, we'd like, you know, they kind of like the nicer hotels.
Right, so we're going to do those then.
Yeah, so we don't care. So, just kind of like think about what's important to you. And if you're not planning on being in your room, I think the values are fine.
They're perfectly fine.
They
I mean, I would say it's comparable to like a Holiday Inn Express.
It's fine.
And the other side note, there's the Swan and Dolphin.
Yeah.
Those are not Disney owned.
No.
They are on property, but they're not Disney owned. And they're still nice, but
they're expensive too.
They're expensive too. So keep that in mind, because if you're going to pay that money, I'd rather stay at a Disney owned.
Yeah, oh, I would too. So, moderates aren't crazy expensive. You can get deals on those too.
No, you can get good deals.
So, you can kind of outweigh. Sometimes the values are like this price, and the moderates are only a tiny bit more. So, just kind of look.
And don't underestimate going to one that has construction. I mean, I was just beside myself. I was throwing a fit. I was convinced it was going to be like being in Beirut. I mean, it was really bad. I was. I'm like, we're going to be living in a tent.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, because it is Disney. They're not going to put you somewhere where you're going to hear construction, where you're going to be affected by construction at all. And so we got a cheaper deal too. So keep that in mind. So don't discount that either.
I know Coronado Springs is a moderate. They're going under heavy construction right now too.
They are.
I read a lot because we're actually staying there in October. And people have said that it's really nothing. Like, you barely notice it. It's not a big deal. I mean, I'll keep my eye out before we go, and if it does go crazy, I might move us, but probably not. I'll probably just stay there. And then the next thing would be to look for deals. Disney offers deals all the time.
Constantly.
You can get anywhere from percentage off your room. You can get free dining, which we're going to do a separate video later about free dining. That's a big top deals. A lot of times they'll offer a percentage off your room. Just different kinds of deals. So
and you can always go through AAA too. And the good thing about Disney is it's $200 down deposit to book, and And you don't have to make a minimum monthly payment, just as
No.
long as you have it paid off in full 30 days prior to your check-in day.
And then after 30 days, you lose your $200 deposit if you
Right,
cancel.
right.
And I just actually talked to that person on the phone. It's 24 hours before you lose everything.
Right.
But yeah, there's always deals going
There's
on.
so many
And you
deals.
can change your reservation around. Let me tell you.
Right.
I book these all the
No,
time.
she's crazy with it. She's crazy with it.
I will
I'm
find-
not sure that we're going to stay at a value. It could probably change 20 times before we go because we might find a better deal.
I find deals all the time. I'm on
She
there all
does.
the time. So I'll change it, and it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal to change. They're really nice about
Right,
it.
they are.
Before my honeymoon, I probably changed that reservation 10
You
times.
did.
Originally, we were staying at French Quarter. Free dining got released, and it actually was $50 cheaper to stay at a Deluxe. That's the only reason that we did it. So you just kind of have to figure out what's best for you. And then the next step would be to get your tickets. They actually offer a package deal with your room. I always do it this way.
Yeah.
I just add my tickets on. So you just need to figure out how many days of tickets you want. Like we'll be there for 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do 5 days.
5 days,
Five days of tickets. Because the last day we figure we'll probably go to Disney Springs or something. Because we fly out anyways.
Right, so we're going to do some
not really
just
worth
shopping. It's not worth going
to the parks for us. Some people do that. We're not.
And the other thing with your tickets, get the park hopper.
Yes, I recommend the park hopper so much.
Because you cannot believe, we went to Animal Kingdom one day, we literally went to Epcot, Magic Kingdom, you want to bounce around. And the other thing about having that and getting that is that you can go anywhere. You should plan your trip, but it's just nice to know that you can hop around to other resorts.
Yep. And if, for some reason, the park that you pick that day is absolutely crazy, this happened to us. I planned for us to be there that whole day.
That's true. That's another good thing.
It was nuts. Like, it was so busy and crowded, so we decided to leave and go to another park.
Right.
And we had the option with the park hopper. Or bad weather.
Right.
Say you want to go like Magic Kingdom. Right. I want to be at Magic Kingdom when it's sunny and pretty out. I don't want to be there when it's raining. So it was raining for us, so we headed to Epcot and just did the pavilions.
Right.
So it kind of gives you more freedom, I think.
And if you stay on property, you get to take advantage of their extra magic hours.
Yeah.
And if you watch, you can see like some parks will open an hour early to resort guests or stay open an hour later two hours later to resort guests. But I will tell you this.
That park is crazy.
Avoid them. Yes. Avoid them like the plague. I know it seems like a fascinating addition and they really market that it is, but it's not.
That whatever park has the extra magic hours,
avoid
it. Will be crazy that day.
Oh,
I will say, the only time it's ever a good value to use extra magic hours, in my experience, if it's going to be open extremely late, like midnight, 2 a.m.
That's different. That's a lot later.
I've done that because the kids don't make it that long.
Right. But if it's only open till 10,
it's not worth it.
Get out.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And avoid that park the whole day.
Yes.
It's going to
be a nightmare.
Crazy. Next thing that you can look at would be to add a dining plan to your reservation. There's 3 different levels. We actually already did a video on the dining plan. It's very extensive. So I will link that below so you can check that video out and kind of see which dining plan would be best for your family.
We highly recommend it.
do recommend
I would not go any other way without it.
It's just convenient. You don't have to worry about money at that point for all your meals.
Right.
But yeah, so watch that video and you can kind of see like our take on it. And then the next would be if you want to get memory maker or not.
I would recommend this to anybody. It is worth it tenfold.
Well, we're going to do another video on memory maker because that's also pretty expensive.
It is.
But yeah, so it's $170 if you prepay for it.
Right.
And then $199 if you do not.
Right when you get there during your trip. And you can buy it any time during your trip.
And you can buy it afterwards too.
Right.
You can, so that would be like around $200 after that. I recommend doing the advanced purchase. We used it all the time.
We were constantly looking for the photo pass person.
Yeah, it's so fun. They have the pictures around the castle, ride photos. I mean, you get all of that.
And
they do videos.
Amazing. They do. And it's amazing. It is worth every penny. But the other thing I will tell you, if you choose not to do it, which is fine, if you see the photo pass person, which they're very obvious to see, I mean, they're the big guys with the big camera, they're wearing like khaki clothes, you can give them their phone and they're more than willing to take your picture. They are.
Phone or camera.
And it's kind of like when you walk into Kings Island too. They take your picture. Oh, you can buy this over here. They will do that too. But yeah, please watch our next one on it because we will explain it in depth and tell you why it is worth every penny.
And we'll give you some examples. Okay, the next thing would be the Magical Express. So the Magical Express will pick you up from the Orlando airport and take you to your resort, as well as take you from your resort back to the airport
when it's time for departure.
It's a really good system. I know when you check in.
Now you have to leave 4 hours early though.
For now, they might change it.
I think they'll get a lot of people complaining, to be honest.
It used to only be you have to leave 3 hours before your flight. Now it's 4. But when you check in at the airport on your like leaving day,
yes,
you have your Magical Express like little, what do you call that? Tag, your Magical Express tag that you attach to your luggage.
Right.
So when you drop off the airport, you do not see your bag again until it comes
you get to
your room.
resort. Yeah.
We actually are not going to do that when Ben and I go next because our flight goes in, I think we arrive at like 5 or 6 in the evening. It can take up to 3 hours to get your bag.
Right. You want your bag if you're
I want my bag.
I
do. I want my bag in case we want to go swimming in the evening or whatever we want to do. So we're just going to, we have a direct flight. We're just going to take it with us.
Right.
But the Magical Express will still help you get your bag. But yeah, so just you have to enter in your information. And if you don't have your flight booked yet, you can call and add it later. It's a free service. It's completely free.
It is
completely free. So it's good. And the next thing would be to put your $200 deposit down on your trip. This is refundable up until 30 days before your trip. So you can book it, and if you cancel for some reason, or even if you put like, I mean, I've paid ours off all the way, and then I had to change it because I got a better deal, and I couldn't call and do it. So I mean, I got all that money refunded.
Right.
So it's really, I think it's really nice.
And it is. I mean, people, like I said, I mean, you don't have to make a minimum payment on it. Just as long as you have it paid off 30 days prior to your check-in day, you're good.
It's so nice.
And it is. I mean, it's something to really take advantage of. I highly recommend it.
I do that on every trip. I just, like I'll just make payments every time I get paid. I'll just put something towards it or whatever, and it kind of gets it paid off quick.
And Disney does this. A lot of people think that you have to do this strictly through
no, Disney.
No, you can do it with Disney as well.
Yep. And then if you do a room only, some people like do room only. You only have to do, I think it's 1 night down.
It is 1 night down.
So, and I don't know, I think that's refundable a week before you go. Don't quote me on that.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I forget their stuff. But yeah, so you only have to do 1 night's worth for room only. And then the last step would be to pick your Magic Band colors. You have to do this 30 days before your trip. You go pick your Magic Band.
Because they send them to you.
Yeah, you customize them. And so you can pick put your name. I've seen families who make up the craziest names for their Magic Bands.
I didn't even know you could do this until she told me about it.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's just what's on the back of your Magic Band. And you can pick your color. Yeah, this one's Ben's.
Yep, and it says, see, inside, Ben. I mean, this is the keys to the kingdom, honestly. It gets you in and out of your resort. They, like, when you're on the food plan, I mean, you just swipe to get your fast passes, everything. And I know, like, what we did, we just, like, when we would shop, we just charge it back to our room. And that just, We're going to do a whole other video on Magic Bands.
Right, it's a big topic. And then you can also buy specialty Magic Bands.
You can. There are ones especially, like, holiday themed, Christmas party themed.
They have ride themes.
They have ride themes. They have everything. They even have a Dooney and Burke one. We want that. We're not going to lie. They are
going to wait. So we have our new, we have our new
ones coming. I swear they almost look, I like them better than the Dooney.
We're going to see what those look like first. And if they're not as cute in person, then we're probably going to get the Dooney.
But they are solid colors. You'll get offered, like, I know right now it's red, green, gray, orange and yellow, purple. And then there's a purple and a pink. And they just released an all black one, but I think that's only available to purchase.
Yeah, it's not even on the website yet at all.
No, it's at Disney Springs.
Yeah, you can't get that yet. So hopefully that one comes available because I want that one so bad. But yeah, so just pick your Magic Band. Just make sure you customize it 30 days before your trip, and then they'll send it to you at your house. If you're in the United States, I think if you're
if you're overseas, they will not.
They will have it ready for you
when you check in. They will have it at your resort
at the front desk.
Yeah.
So.
And you also get luggage tags too. They see these cute little Donald Duck luggage tags.
That's if you have the package.
Oh, okay.
If it's room only, you don't get those. It's just for if you have a package.
They're really cute. They are.
They are. So it's just a nice little perk, and it's just cute. It's exciting when you get your Magic Bands.
It is.
So those are our tips for booking a Disney trip. It's pretty extensive.
Just do your homework because there are so many deals out there. There are, and you don't have to go through a tour agency. You don't. You can sit and do this yourself, and you can actually probably find yourself a better deal.
You can call Disney too. They have to help you do all of this. So, but yeah, so if you like these types of videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're already not.
And if you have extra tips or anything that you think you'd like to add, please feel free to comment below. Thank you.